A crucial moment is right now occurring on the Bitcoin chart that will decide if we're going to get continuation here over the next coming weeks and months, or if we get an extended period of a downward spiral. I will show you the exact levels that we need to watch today and how we can trade them. Let's go. Guys, I want to warn you here. Here's the cat of my girlfriend running around. I'm doing my best to juggle around her, but sometimes it's a little bit tough. Yeah, now, no, you cannot be here. Well, she wanted to sit on my mouse pad. So, okay, let's go, guys. So when we're looking at the CME chart, on the CME chart, nothing really happened yet. Most likely, with the current price action, what I see is that CME opens around the same price where we closed, and we are not getting a CME gap here at all, which is absolutely fine. What you don't want to see is that we are starting to move here significantly on the spot market before CME opens now to the upside, and then have a CME gap below us. So that would be really, really bad. Rather, I would like to see Bitcoin to stay around the current price levels that we are seeing here, and that is more or less we're seeing CME closed on Friday. Now, one of the most important levels that we need to watch here over the next 24 hours, a little bit more than 24 hours, I would say 36 hours, is here the $93,400 to $93,800 level on the monthly chart. Because today we're gonna close November and start, of course, then in the month of December. And what you, in the best case scenario, don't want to see here is that the November candle closes too far away from $93,400, $800. In the best case scenario, and this is again now a problem with the CME chart, we would see Bitcoin jumping to like $93,000 before we are seeing the daily close. The problem with the CME chart is CME opens an hour before the daily close, so we have roughly an hour to push Bitcoin up $2,000, which is not crazy. We have seen this many, many times before. But if it's not happening and we are closing at the current levels, then more or less by tomorrow, after tomorrow, we need already on the monthly scale here to see December pushing above that line really fast. It has to happen in the first week of December. We cannot stay too long below that level here for multiple reasons. I will get into them here also in a moment on the lower time frames. So why is this level so important? Because here on this weekly chart you can see that this is the level that led to this big drop all the way down here to $81,000 approximately. And now currently this level is still acting as resistance. So we need to get above this level for major continuation to at least $104,000, because that will be the next imminent target once we are breaking above that level. If we are not able to manage to do that in December to get above this level and actually stay there, then we're gonna get rejected and we'll keep trending back into these lower $80,000, maybe even mid $70,000 levels. So again, you know my thesis. I don't believe that this is going to happen. I really believe that next month is the month where we are going to see here crazy moves to the upside in Bitcoin, and from there it's just onwards and upwards for extended period into the new year. On here, this weekly chart with 75 weekly moving average, you see also here again the golden ratio is exactly the level that we need to break here for massive continuation. I don't want to spend more time on this, and will give us massive, here the next target of like $100,000 afterwards. On the daily chart, now when we're looking into lower time frames here, Bitcoin just made a jump. Why did this? This is because this is Binance. Okay, I have here another chart open from another exchange. I was like, why is there a $200 difference? But now I see why. So here we tried earlier to make, no, sorry, that was not earlier, that was 2 days ago. So now Bitcoin tries to make here today, regardless, a move back to the upside to fill the wick that we are seeing all the way up here at exactly $93,300. Again, we don't want this to be happening too early and staying at these levels because we want to avoid a CME gap. Now, at least today are a little bit more people here. It's good, guys. Smash up the like button. I would highly appreciate that because we are 65 people, 8 likes only. That's not a lot, guys. Smash it up that we get more people in here. So of course I have a new trade running on Bitcoin. For my trade, current price levels are really good. I'm going to show you that in a minute here. And when we're looking at the VPVR, here is a small area of resistance, and that's why we are not moving higher right now. So and this is more or less exactly at the current price level. If we get a move above this, or even just stay around this level, then by tomorrow we're going to definitely push through that and gonna go here into the next level of resistance, which is sitting at $94,000. Again, if we reach $94,000, as long as we stay somewhat between 93 and 94, we are golden. If we and see there some sideways consolidation for building some momentum and then continuation to the upside. Here you see also why there's so much confluence around the $94,000 level, because if we would come up here over the next coming days, so I'm not expecting that we are going straight up here by tomorrow or something like this, but over the course of the week at some point you're going to get here that pop. So and you see here between $94,000 and $95,000, somewhere in that area is where we're going to touch this downward sloping trend line. This will be your major long-term signal for a swing position that you can take here when we are breaking this downward sloping trend line. Because once we break this, basically the top side of from where we started this is the target. That's what you are targeting when we are breaking above this, and will, in my opinion, will go past that, you know. But already this is like the all-time high of $126,000. If you enter this, even from here on next week Friday, you know, let's say next week Friday, it has broken above that on Thursday. Friday is the confirmation candle. This is a 33% move. So now, you know, with Bitcoin, we're not talking about 5x leverage. You know, we use 10, 20x leverage. So you're looking here at 330, 670% profit on that swing position. You know, so even though you don't go absolutely nuts on leverage, you know, even if you would use 10x leverage, which is more than enough on a trade like that, this starts also to look like a lot. I want to show this to you guys. I just pull it up on another chart because I just saw this here. So let me show you guys what that resembles, what I'm seeing here right now. Just want to have the textbook example for this. Textbook. Give me the textbook. There. Okay, I found it. So now I move this a little bit to the side and you can actually see this when I put this in here. So look at this. So does that not look pretty much like a bump and run pattern here in process? So here, there's the bump. I think here is the bump right now. So we are coming up to this trend line, then we are going to the upside. So there might be here on the daily right now a massive bump and run pattern in progress. And once this trend line is breaking, you definitely want to be in this trade because it's a bump and run pattern on the daily on Bitcoin. So that's like one of the most reliable trades that you can get when you get the break of the downward sloping trend line with continuation to the upside. And they are really rare occurring on Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So I'm definitely playing this. So I'm actually already in the trade, as I just mentioned. I took this trade like an hour before I started the stream, but I'm going to show you that here also in a moment. So here, the downward sloping trend line of this overall bullish pennant or falling wedge pattern is still holding as support. We are bouncing off that. I also mentioned that's what I'm expecting here, as long as we are holding on to this downward sloping trend line, which is currently support. The RSI is going to the upside. MACD is looking strong and bullish, and the stochastic, what happened with the stochastic? The stochastic was also here, but the stochastic is also looking fine. Now, if you want to learn from me, guys, again, tomorrow I'm launching my new mentorship program. And if you want to better understand the charts and will want to become guaranteed profitable over the next 3 months, 3 to 4 months, then go into the description, fill out the form that you see here right now on the screen, and then my team will get back to you tomorrow. Tomorrow or after tomorrow, they're going to come back to you and will tell you if you're actually a fit for the program or not. Because we got like really a lot of applications already, and I only take 10 people, you know, but don't now be scared and think, oh, you will not be picked, you know, you don't know how we're going to pick people, you know. So and it has nothing to do with if you have money or not. That's not one of the criteria. Money, I don't care about that, you know. There's a certain type of people that I want to work with, and my team is filtering through that, and money plays no role in that. But of course you have to pay for for that mentorship if we are taking you, you know. So join the waitlist. There's a link in the description where you can then straight learn from me, and here you see another reason why you should definitely do that, because look here, the path that I laid out, we are more or less following that path here. I believe on that specific trajectory that I mapped out, we are now in this leg here and just started this, you know, we just started this leg here. We are basically here on the bottom from this, and the current candle here is that bottom. So now you're going to get that move into the resistance, you get a small pullback from the resistance, then you get continuation into higher levels here. And another really good sign that we are seeing on this chart right now is that the EMA ribbon is holding and has now completely flipped and is acting as our floating support for current price action. And that is one of the reasons why you got here now with the new 4-hourly candle that opened an hour ago, that move here to the upside. On the MDX algo scalp gradients, also here the order block has held, which is really good. I was yesterday not so sure anymore about this when I saw that we are basically coming here to the bottom range of that, but this was again just boring weekend price action that we have seen here. Nothing really else happened, you know. So over now between Friday and today, price just got pushed sideways, you know, and that's why I warned here on Friday about that fake move where I said, hey, I would be not surprised that price goes up and then comes down, and then we just see here a range, you know, between the high and the low of that Friday, and everybody that longed got wrecked. Everybody that shorted is now trapped. So what happens now afterwards with these people? So because shorts are trapped right now, so what they're most likely going to do? They send it up. You know, they're going to send it to the upside, because Friday they fucked everybody that went long. You know, so now on Monday they're going to screw with everybody that went short. So and that's why you see a price already moving to the upside. So if we are now getting out of that order block here, then we're going to move here into the next sell cluster, all the way up to $93,800. In terms of the gradients, it is actually a good sign that we went from dark purple to, I would not say like light blue. It's not really super light, but it's like a mid blue, I would say, a mid blue, and now back to dark purple. Because when you see this, that usually also hints to continuation. You see this also in the reactor indicator, where this wave is now turning around and already looking reddish. So every time when it's reddish, it's just about to explode, like over here, you know. And then price is of course in tandem moving with this into the next higher levels. On the 50-minute time frame, here our trading range, as I just mentioned, nothing really dramatically has changed here. We have not tapped any of the order blocks or the fair value gaps, the imbalances below. So I'm just going to remove this for the time being. So why did I open earlier a trade? Because I saw that this downward sloping trend line got broken. There is a small bull flag that was forming here like this, you know, and then from there, that's the pole more or less. So I was like, okay, that is a nice setup where I can open a quick trade. So that would get us here to like 92,800, $200 approximately. But I'm looking at a way higher target. So I'm not stopping at that target here of that small bull flag, because there's other patterns on higher time frames, like the bump and run pattern, that are basically spilling over into higher levels. So if you want to trade with me together, guys, and catch with me together trades like this, then let's do this together here in the trading competition. I mention here again, if you take part, there's a high chance that we're going to share a pool of $80,000 altogether. It's so easy to do this, guys. We only need $2.5 million worth of volume. We all together, all the 80 people that are here actually with me together, we can manage to do that. That is not a crazy amount. And we have also like 11 days time for this, so that means, like, I don't know, if I do the math, $2,500, $25,000, $25,000. So with 80 people, so that's like $2 million. Yeah, so that's 2 million per day. Yeah, so if everybody trades with $2,500 on 10x leverage, only Bitcoin, and you only need to open and close, really easy, open, close, done. So then we get already to that volume, exactly in 10 days. You just open, close, $2,500 that you have actually. Trade this on 10x, open, close, just to get the volume. And we are already getting the $80,000 in when that competition ends. There is a link in the description where you can sign up to WEEX directly. And here is my trade that I opened. So again, I want to make volume right now. So I opened here a cross leverage trade, $2,800 in this. I'm up here now already $1,000 in profit. I'm gonna let this run, because not only do I gonna take part in the competition and generate volume, but I know that I also gonna make money at the same time. So it would be stupid to close that trade. And that's why I'm letting this run here right now. And here you can see I'm up 40% right now on this position here. Yeah, now it's already $1,100. So I'm just gonna let this run. If you want to take part in this, guys, and get free money on top of that you can actually trade with and generate volume with, then sign up, bind your email address, bind your phone, download the app. You get $400 immediately for free. And if you deposit $500, you get another $400, so $800 for free. So now you only need $1,700 to add to your account to help generate the volume that we need in a competition. So, and if you're depositing $500, you get also access to this free Telegram group. All the steps are explained in the description below. And yeah, don't forget, reaching out to me, info@amcrypto.us, or on Twitter if you cannot use Telegram. And sign up on Tapbit if you cannot use WEEX for whatever reason. Now the liquidation levels, let's talk about this, because it's also really important, because I see here a short squeeze coming to $93,000, and this is definitely happening today, because we're already on the lower end of that cluster scratching almost. So look here, also here, the over-leveraged liquidity on the short side vanished at $107,000 that was here in this cluster. So guess why? They are smelling what's about to happen, and I'm gonna show you hard proof in a moment why they have closed their positions. So here, this is now that new cluster from $91,965 to like $93,600 approximately, and like I said, that this will get evaporated in the next 24 hours, 100%. The biggest question around this is, are we just getting a wick up there? Or can we actually hold this level and get continuation? So, but from my personal experience, it looks like that we're gonna get continuation, because we have not touched the 200 moving average in a really, really long time. And this is the the short to midterm target right now for the Bitcoin price to come up there and at least touch this. Only touching is already enough. We don't need to break through this, but touching it, and this will happen really soon. And when we're touching it, I can guarantee you already we're going to get rejected. And then after a small consolidation period, however that might be, however that might look like, could be also here ascending triangle, could be a pennant, you know, with a bull flag. Doesn't matter how that consolidation looks like. After the consolidation, we break above this and move into higher levels past $100,000. So why am I so convinced about this? Because I only need to look at the liquidation heat map here on the monthly chart. You see here $98,000. There is the majority of the liquidity. If we are going to $98,000, I love this new feature here, by the way. Then we liquidate $2.34 billion worth of shorts. So if we move to $112,000, it's almost $6 billion that we're going to liquidate. And here on the short side, even if I go all the way down, I go all the way down here to like 78,800. So which is right now how much away? So this is like a $13,000 move. So not even $2 billion get liquidated. So here there is no short liquidity. There is no liquidity below us anymore that would interest a market maker or a hedge fund to go and fish for liquidity down here. If you have here to the upside 6.25 million by driving the price up by $24,000. You know, so and they get fish here a third of that liquidity if they just move the price up by $7,000. So $7,000 against $13,000. You know, so and they make more money by having a smaller basically way to get to this liquidity, because they only need half the way price-wise what they need to the downside to push it here to the upside level to liquidate short. So of course they're going to push it into this cluster here instead of going the harder way, which would be to the downside. USDT dominance rolling over exactly as we want to see here. Is he? Yeah. So okay, then yeah, maybe Jerome will say something that will send us even higher. Also important, rate cuts, over 86% right now probability that we're going to get a rate cut. I saw this earlier. But we're going to talk about this actually tomorrow. Yeah, here USDT dominance dropping. Here, most important line that you want to watch here right now is this. You don't want to see that the USDT dominance gets above this line here again and closes candles above that line. If we are not doing that, then tomorrow we should get a nice break below 5.9%. And then continuation over the following days to this upward sloping trend line. This is also the next short-term target here for the USDT dominance, to get to this downward sloping trend line, because once we are reaching this, we are already close to the $100,000 mark again. The Bitcoin dominance going up here a little bit, and that's just due to the fact that Bitcoin is going up, but also not massively. Also here I expect with the current candle shape that we are getting by tomorrow, a red candle back to the downside, back to 59%, and then over the course of the next 10 days, finally see that convincing break it to the downside with no return back above 59%, and just then follow through and continuation into lower levels. Total free market cap, putting in another tweezer bottom here to mark a local bottom with a reversal back to the upside. So also here tomorrow, after tomorrow, we finally get a move to like 924 billion dollars, somewhere in that vicinity is what I'm seeing here. So why? Because here is forming a small falling wedge pattern. So once we are breaking here above these wicks, we go to the upside. So in here you see only like the top side of that falling wedge is already $910 billion. So and when we are there, I don't think that it's gonna stop, and it will just move here into this former support resistance cluster, into that flip zone, and there we're gonna see the first breather before we then get a move back to like $1 trillion. Ethereum also moving because of Bitcoin. So yes, if you were in this trade here and you followed what I told you, we got stopped out, which is fine. And here I'm still waiting patiently for a reclaim of this upward sloping trend line. Only then I'm gonna enter. I don't care if I have to wait here another %, you know, so before that's happening. But I want to see a 4-hourly close above this trend line before I would consider re-entering, and then trade continuation to the upside. and have my stop loss back at $2,980. So that is a 2.5. Is it 2.5? Yeah, it's like 2.6% stop loss. But with the money that I made to the upside, I'm absolutely fine to take this, you know. So because here to the upside, I got stopped out here. So I here 8.78%. So I was using personally, I was using 15x leverage, but I also know what I'm doing. So I made here over 100%. I made like 130% on this trade. So if I lose now by using 10x leverage, 25% out of the 100, almost 50% that I made, I don't really care, you know. So it's not a crazy amount of money that that I'm gonna risk here, you know. So I risk profits, and if I lose from the profits, then 25%, okay, so be it, you know. So I still made money overall, and then just gonna re-enter at a different level. So, and this is how you actually make money here in these markets. So, and then let's say I enter here from 3,060. I'm gonna trade this then to 3,400. And here you see risk to reward, absolutely juicy, you know, 1 to 4, absolutely okay here to take a trade like this. So, but like I said, I wait for this upward sloping trend line to be reclaimed for continuation. Solana, here we are seeing now a move and an attempt to break this downward sloping trend line. If it's breaking, I'm gonna take a Solana trade in that exact moment. So here the entry moves a little bit lower, kind of like here to $138.22. That's from where I'm gonna take the trade. Why? It's a perfect storm in terms of the indicators. Let me actually see here quickly. Ah, yeah, okay, you can see everything what I see. So here, RSI going to the upside after we put in a bullish divergence, MACD about to flip bullish, stochastic already bullish going to the upside, but still here at like in oversold conditions. This is the perfect storm, guys, you know. So there I just wait that we are breaking above this line, and then I wait for a 50-minute candle close above it, which we are potentially attempting right now, and then I'm in, you know, and then I'm trading this to $156, which is almost a 13.4% yeah, profit that I'm gonna bank here. Zcash, I don't know what's going on with Zcash. So here's Monero. I just gonna have a brief look and then I'm gonna run because I have to be somewhere else. Still in that falling wedge pattern, nothing going on with Zcash. Yeah, so we need here, like I said yesterday, the MACD needs to close in this lighter red candle. And then also today, you want to get here on the stochastic RSI, you want to get a distinct buy signal while the RSI is slightly picking up to the upside. So, and only then I would enter this. Yeah, guys, and that's it already for today. I will be back tomorrow. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and bye-bye.